All right, folks, this is a car. It's a car, yeah, no kidding. This is a 2000 Volkswagen Jetta. This is a interesting car, just in the fact that it's high mileage, runs really good. I'm going to be selling it really cheap. I would recommend that if you're going to buy this car, you might want to be handy with some tools or know somebody that is. Not that there's anything major wrong with it, but just a couple annoying little things that you're going to want to fix. And I'll go through all the good, the bad, and the ugly about this car. First of all, it is a manual transmission car, so if you can only drive an automatic, you might as well stop watching right now, unless you intend on learning how to drive a stick. This would be a good car for that, actually. All right, let's start her up. All right, and you will see that, well, there is a warning light on. There's no check engine light, which actually is an amazing thing. On a car of this age, but there's no codes, no nothing, wrong with the motor. It actually sounds pretty darn good too. But check this out. This is what's most impressive about this car. It does have 212,105 miles on it, which obviously this car was taken care of well, because if it wasn't, it never would have made it this far. And I believe this is the one. I'll check when I get around to the engine. I believe I actually know for once when a timing belt was changed. And I think this is the car, but we'll see in a minute. Let's see. It tells you that the trunk's open, which is true because, yeah, I got the trunk open to show you guys. These lights are on. The ABS and brake light is on. That means it's got ABS. It's not working. The brakes work perfectly fine. It's a safe car to drive. It does need a wheel speed sensor. So that's what I'm talking about. Little stuff like that. Nothing big, no big deal, but I want to mention that. Okay. This has interesting level of equipment. It's got some stuff that you wouldn't expect, and it's got other things that you would expect. Like, for instance, as you can see, it's got roll-up windows. But it's actually, for the mileage and year, it's in terrific condition. It does have a aftermarket radio, which I have absolutely no idea how to make operate. CD? I don't know if there's a CD in there. Oh, check this out. Yeah, there is a CD in there. Phillips. I don't even know who that is. All right. So let's see if this works. Air conditioning. Okay. I believe the AC actually works very good on this car. Yeah, it looks like there's a little electrical issue. It's probably, this thing doesn't look like shoved in properly. As you can see, though, it works. It lights up. You got a bead on it. So I'm guessing that probably inside there somewhere there's a little electrical issue. So we'll just not mess with this anymore. Let's go to tuner and see if that happens. Okay, well, there you go. So, yes, CD player works. Yes, the tuner works. Yes, you have to tap it to make it work. Whatever. Air conditioner. It's actually warm enough I can tell right now. The air is ice cold in this car. Has been since I got it. So yes, it'll probably be ice cold come springtime and summer. So that's a very good thing. Okay, turn that off. Turn this down, actually. There we go. Now, yeah, you can see the little lights up there. It says AC, or you turn it off and boom, off. Okay, moving right along. It's got delay wipers. As you can see, they do work. They're the wipers. Horn. No problem. Dual airbags, as you can see. It's manual remote control mirrors. There's your little remote right there. Let me zoom in on that so you can see. That's how you adjust your outside right mirror. Next thing you're going to want to notice is, yeah, you're going to need to put a mirror on this side. But fortunately, since it's not a power mirror, they're not that expensive. Or actually, pardon me, you could probably just replace the glass, and that's good enough. It's got remote trunk release and remote gas cap release, both of which work because I just used them. Okay, couple things I want to point out. It does have seat covers on. Now, surprisingly, the seat is not all beat up underneath, but as you can see, it's just got some of these weird stains I just can't get out. So I think it looks a little nicer with the seat covers. But that's up to you. If you want to take them off, go right ahead. Oh, it does have power door locks. Okay, which is, and it does have a security system as well. And as you can see, the door panel's in pretty good shape. Remember, keep all this in mind, folks. This car does have quite a bit of mileage on it, even though it runs fantastic. It's not a new car. Here, I'll show you your driver's seat, and as you can see, same thing. It's just got some stains in it, But again, not all beat up, it's not all torn up. So again, it'll be up to you. If you're really clever with like dry cleaning fluid or something, you could probably get them clean. I just don't have any dry cleaning fluid. Rubber floor mat, and underneath, you know, it's a little worn as it should be, but it's not, again, not horrible. Believe me, for the value on this car, you are definitely going to get a lot of it. All right, let's do, oh, there's another odd thing about this car. Instead of hubcaps, it's got aluminum alloy wheels, the Volkswagen wheels, which really is kind of strange. All right, left front tire, I'm gonna give that's pretty good shape, probably 70%, and it does have the cap. I did actually go to the junkyard, I had to be up there, so I actually picked up this cap right here because it was missing one. And I think it looks a lot better if you got them all. All right, this tire on the back, this is not in great shape. I'm gonna give that like a 40% or maybe. Coming around to this side. This tire, this one, oddly enough, is actually in pretty good shape. That's more like 70%. And the right front, let's see. Yeah, so really you've only got probably that left rear tire. So I'm gonna say, with the exception of the left rear tire, you've got 70% on the rest of the tires. So maybe you want to put one tire on the car. Buy a used one, that's what I would recommend, with about 70% tread, and then you have 4 tires that are the same. Okay, but check this out. Look down the side of this car. So it's very bright, as you can see, but you know what? The silver paint is very clean and shiny, and it's not all beat up. All right, right front fender, as you can see. Tiny little scratch right there, but other than that, no nicks, no scratch, no rust. All right, right front door. Oh shoot, you know what? Sorry about this. I have to come around here and hit the door locks, because I guess I must have been displaying them, and yep, now the doors are open. Okay, sorry about that. A little waste of time there. All right, but looking at the passenger side, as you can see, okay, and I just found out something really cool about this car. Here's your floor, there's your floor, or your floor mat and your floor. I already showed you the seat, but check this out. According to this, it's got side airbags. So that would be 1, 2, 3, 4 airbags in this car. Gotta like that, especially if you're putting your kid in this car. Here's your door jamb, and as you can see, very nice and clean. Let's do the door frame. And you can see even down here where it's most susceptible to rust, you can see it, it's very clean and nice, okay? Here's your roof. As you can see, very clean, very nice. All right, this is your right rear door. Now, the only thing is, I don't know what's underneath that. It says airbag on the seat cover, so I don't know if there's actually airbags on the side. I'm gonna have to check that out, and I'll put it in the listing. Here's your door jamb. Here's your door frame. In fact, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to stop right now, and I'm going to check and make sure this car does have side airbags. I do not want to give bad information. Oh, I'll be right back. All right, folks, I did confirm, yes, this does have side impact airbags. So, again, if you're going to be putting your child in it, or even for your family, that's a very good thing. And as you can see, the back seat does not have seat covers on it, and there's some stains. I don't know how people can do that, but whatever. And if you want, get a new set of seat covers or whatever. But again, for the price and value, it's going to be fantastic. It is a full split fold down, as you can see. Seat, 60-40 split, goes right into the trunk, so you get a lot of space. Let's do our door jamb and our door frame. And coming around, and as you can see, it is very nice and clean. So far, and of course that door, I see one tiny little ding. No scratches, no rust, no problems. Here's your right rear quarter panel. In the bright sunlight, you can't hide any defects, and there it is. I did open the door up, the hatch, just to show, ooh, somebody should clean that, just to show the, what do you call it, that it works. And it does lock, all right. A little scrape right there on the bumper. Now, of course, typical of older cars, you can see somebody did, you know, there's a lot of scrapes on the bumper, I'll give it that. But going around, the actual jamb, the trunk jamb, pretty clean. And even the trunk lid itself, very nice and clean. All right, looking inside here. Sorry, these shadows are really tough this time of day, and I do apologize for this. But let's take a look under here and see what we got. All right, looking And look at that, there we go, spare tire. There's your jack. Looks like we got, and it does look like it's missing the one tool. Oh, darn, I could have picked one of them up for free at the junkyard, but that's all right. So you're just gonna have to go get yourself one. All right, so you got that. It has a little power point in the back and lots of space. Let's close her up. All right, checking the rear. The deck lid, you know, a couple little scratches right there and right by the VW emblem, but other than that, it looks pretty darn clean. All right, this is your left rear quarter panel. I see no dents, no scratches, no defects. This side of the roof actually looks pretty good. Oddly enough, it's even got a good antenna, because for some reason, that back in that year, these antennas were just terrible. Everyone was broken. All right, here's this side of the vehicle, and as you can see, you know, just as clean or unclean, however you want to put it, as the other side. There's your split fold down. That's the 40% seat. Okay, here is your door jamb. As you can see, nice and clean. Go up and do your door frame. Coming around, down the bottom where the rust will be, if there is any. And again, this thing is clean as a whistle. I can't even believe it. This door, no dents, no nicks, no scratches. Here's your driver's door jamb. And what I'll do is when I come back, I will park the opposite direction in the sun so you guys can see the front, because it'll all be in shadow right now. But when I come back, you'll see. Let me step out of the way here. And as you can see under here, clean as a whistle. So I gotta say, this body is impressing. I never looked really closely at this car. Coming up the side, look at that, no nicks, one little scratch. I'm sorry, right there, one little thing, and that's about it. And of course, you see, you know, the mirror. Left front fender, here's the only defect, a little thing right there. So overall, nice looking car. I do see two little dings in the roof. You might be able to see them in the video, but nothing really that bad. Okay, looking around the engine compartment, this does have the 2-liter motor. All right, 4-cylinder, 2-liter motor. Okay, does run good. Oh, here, let's do the front. As you can see, look, nice, clean headlights, nice and clear. They look to be in great shape. And even down below, look at this. It's a nice shape. Not, you know, like not curbs being hit and everything. Let's take a look underneath here. What is that? That's like an air filter there. Weird. All right. Under here, there you go. Nice little view of that. Okay, well, let's rev this baby up so you can hear it. It does sound like it idles pretty good. Let's rev her up and see what she sounds like. Okay, not bad. I mean, listen, remember, this is, excuse me, an engine with 212,000 miles on it. But check this out. Here, I was right. This one, as you can see, back on March 26, 2009, at 177,000 miles, somebody put a belt on it. So you still have another 25,000 miles before they even recommend putting another timing belt on. Because I have to say, that is the #1 most asked question from anybody, is when was the timing belt changed? And 999 times out of 1,000, I have to say, you know, I have no idea. Well, guess what? I do know on this car. That's pretty cool. So if you're worried about a timing belt, don't, because as you can see, you know, unless somebody put a fake bogus badge on there, which I doubt they would, but, you know, according to what the information I have, it's good. And as you can see, that looks pretty nice. The hood stays up by itself, which is nice on that one little, what do you call it there, strong arm. All right, let's close the hood. And of course, as you would expect, there are some minor stone chips on this hood. I see a couple of dimples. But overall, let's take a step back. As you can see, this actually is a really nice looking Volkswagen Jetta. It's not perfect, folks, but it's 212,000 miles, so you shouldn't expect it to be. But holy cow, what a nice car. All right, now, what next thing we're going to do is we're going to take it for a ride. Hold on, and I'll be right with you. All right, folks, now we're getting ready to take her for a spin. And one thing I've just recently started doing, and I'm going to do it for you guys, I'm going to do what's called a warm start. I always do a cold start when I first start the video, but then again, you know, I always left the car running and I never did this. So here we go. I do that for the sole purpose to let you know that yes, it does start when it's warm, because that actually, some people can trick you that way, but I would never, I don't want to do that. So here we go. Gonna take it for a spin. It's a 5-speed manual transmission. The clutch feels great in this car, and it's actually quite a bit of fun to drive if you like that little sporty feeling, you know. All right, here we go. Sorry, I'm not the smoothest shifter apparently in the world. But there we are, 55 miles an hour in 4th gear. Throw her into 5th gear. And there we go, nice and smooth. As you can see, the car is nice and quiet. Doesn't make a lot of noise. Take my hands off the wheel. The car doesn't like shoot over to the left or right. So it's got, you know, it's pretty good that way. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what else to tell you guys. It's not a super loaded car, but you know what? If you need good, reliable, dependable, cheap transportation, this is the car for you. If you have a new driver in the house and you want to teach him how to drive a stick shift, I highly recommend this car. All right, we're going to turn around here, and then when we go back, I'm going to do my usual brake test, which is, I can tell you already that the car does have ABS, but it will not work. It'll stop the car. That's what I want to prove to you. But the ABS, unless you put that sensor in, isn't going to work. All right, here we go. And I'm going to be quiet this whole trip so you can listen. Plenty of get up and go. Now, what the brake test is going to be, very simply, is I'm going to pull into this vacant lot across from my place and let go of the steering wheel. I know there's a patch of loose gravel. I'm going to slam on the brakes and you'll see how good the car stops. Okay, so we're going to do that in just a second. All right, here we're coming up on it. Put the car in neutral. That way I don't stall it when I slam on the brakes. Come over here. Find the patch. There we go, and brake. Okay, couple things I hope you noticed. The steering wheel did not swing wildly to the right or to the left. It stayed perfectly straight. The car stopped very quickly, which of course is a great thing to have happen. And if you put that wheel speed sensor in, you'll have anti-lock brakes. All right. Now, as we were driving, you guys probably couldn't hear it, but I did notice, you know, as I went over a couple of the expansion joints in the road and whatnot, I heard a little bit of clunkiness, which is, you know, to be expected, obviously, you know, on a vehicle with this mileage, but nothing that I think needs immediate attention, because actually, if it did, I would have had it taken care of. So basically, as far as safety is concerned, good car. All right, let's do a little bit of a recap, and now we'll walk around the car with the sun facing the other direction so you can get a good view of it. This is a 2000 Volkswagen Jetta with 212,106 miles. Let me take the camera off here. Oops. Sorry about that. I also accidentally shut the camera off. So anyway, air conditioner works, radio works most of the time. As you saw, there's that little, maybe, you know, whatever, you gotta pull the radio out and fix whatever that wire is that's loose. 4 airbags, which is great. Remote mirrors, but manual. This side does need to have a mirror repaired, and it does need an ABS wheel speed sensor. Other than that, mechanically, I would say this car is really top notch. All right, now we'll take a good look at this car from the other way. Back out of the way so my shadow gets out of the way. So you can get a good look to see how nice the body actually is. So somebody really, I think, took care of this car. Well, obviously, you know, I mean, at 170-some thousand miles, they put a timing belt on and kept a record of it. But I think there's still a lot of life left in this car. I bet you could probably bring this thing up to 300,000, no problem. But you know you've got at least 25,000 miles before it needs another timing belt. But you know what? They hedge their bets too. You know, they want to get you back as soon as possible, you know, to do some work. So I doubt you would even need to do a timing belt in 25,000 miles. But anyway, just thought I'd let you know. So there we are, folks. Good, cheap, reliable, stick shift, manual transmission, but good, reliable transportation. All right, folks, thank you.